Welcome to phase two, the exploratory phase of our assessment. So this is basically the second part of the consulting after the physical exam, and we're going to go through your assessment and each section and talk about uh, what we want to focus on towards your goals.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds good.
All right. So what I liked about what you had in your assessment was that you were very active. I thought that was a positive, and that your sleep schedule is very regular, and you're definitely getting enough sleep every night, and that you're social. You're social at work and
Yes.
with people and going out and seeing your family. I thought that was very positive. Um, And then I thought the fact that you didn't have stress about your life or your health or your family
No,
was also very positive. Um,
just work.
but so the things that I thought stood out the most in your assessment was work stress. You marked a stress of 10, which is a very high amount of work stress. If you want to talk, would you like to talk about what that means for you?
Well, I just
10?
think that the workplace today, especially in healthcare, is stressful because the system itself doesn't work well, and the way things are being done today is that there are less and less people to do the same things, or maybe even need to do more things with less resources and less time to do them. And so it becomes a very stressful place to accomplish all that you need to do within the time period that you are supposed to be at work. I think it's especially true of working with the nurses and the physicians who have to spend so much time documenting in the electronic medical record, and that they have less time because of that to actually be with their patients.
Mm.
And so for me as an educator, I have less time because they're so busy documenting in the electronic medical record, because if you don't document something, it wasn't done, or it isn't done with the appropriate documentation, that stresses me, that I don't know when I can actually teach people or how to help them improve. So
Yeah.
it is very stressful. And as I said, resources are few. Everything has to be from within you, trying to figure out how you're going to do things with no budget and no people. That's the biggest resource is the people. Your department, how many people can help you do the job?
Okay.
So
Do you think changing your lifestyle and diet might be a way to bring down that stress level or make it more
manageable. Yes, I think that diet plays an important part in the energy level that one has to be able to cope with all the stresses at work.
Okay.
I don't think people were ever meant to do multiple tasks all at the same time, and being able to have the energy to figure out your priorities so that you can, actually accomplish things is really important.
Okay. And I thought another thing from your assessment was your relaxation level. You said that it was very low, like you didn't ever get a chance to relax.
I really feel like I need to find time. People who are younger than me are much better at figuring out their work-life balance, and I am not as good, because in my generation we just worked.
Okay.
And so I need to figure out not only the diet, but that I feel so much better when I exercise every day. It's just amazing, and I think that helps me actually eat better when I exercise, because I don't like binge on something or eat something quick,
Right.
because
Helps you not to
whatever's
snack.
right there, and I don't have to, fix something. that would really help me.
Okay. So we're just gonna. So now we're just gonna go through each section of the assessment that I thought stood out. So the first section that I thought you answered a lot of yeses to was for the section one, which deals with your upper GI, but being hypoactive, it's slow, like digestion slow, motility slow. So I thought that was a key target area to look at. And the second one was with your small intestine, which is section four. There were some yeses there, having to do with breaking food down in because your small intestine is where you absorb most of your food. Like the stomach is what breaks everything down, and the small intestine does some breaking down of fats and stuff, but most of the absorption takes place in the small intestine. So that I thought was very key. Another section I thought had to do with sugar metabolism, which was section 7. Section 7, you had a lot of yeses there. I thought that sugar metabolism might be something that we need to work on. And then the other one was your hypothalamal pituitary adrenal stressors, which is section 8, which is really like your stress response, which you said was stress out was like a 10 at work, so that's 8 hours of your day, 5 days a week at least. So I thought that was a section, like if we could work on that area, it might be a little bit easier to cope with that sort of issues. And then your last thing I thought on the assessment was that you skip your dinners. You never have dinner. So I thought that
Really?
that was something we need to look at.
Okay.
But the three things I thought we could focus on for our intervention would be one, dehydration, because that came up not only in your physical exam but in your assessment, like of these certain areas. I think getting more water might be a great way to address some of these issues. And where do you want to get more water from? Drinking, like directly drinking more water, or getting more hydrating foods, I think are two ways that we could put more water into your diet. But what is your confidence and how motivated are you to make that kind of change?
Oh, I'm very confident in your assessment of me, and that I think you'll do a really good job of helping me make changes in my diet to, for sure help with the stress level. And I am very motivated to make changes. Even though I'm old, I feel like I could be flexible enough to change. I've already changed a lot in the way I eat from when I was younger.
Okay, I feel like that's kind of targeted towards what you want is, fitness and and a healthier diet. So I feel like both of those could be toward, like, that's part of that process.
Yes.
And then another thing I thought that we could focus on is less inflammatory foods in your diet. So less processed, less a little bit more raw stuff, and a little bit less like junk food in your diet, like those moments that you said that you feel like compelled to snack. The exercise is helping with that, but that's still there. Like maybe we could remove that from your diet, and that be focused towards healthier body and fitter self as well, better body image, and things like that. Yeah. But how confident are you? Like motivated, willing? Do you think you'd be able to make that kind of change?
Yes.
Yes?
I'm very confident.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm a 10.
Okay. And the last one was with what we talked about with relaxation. I think, like, exercise is great. You're exercising a lot, and I think that's a really great coping, like, ability. Like, it's a great way to relax. But there are other ways. There are ways to be mindful. Like mindful eating, or mindful just reading, or mindful anything, meditation. Another one, qigong. Like, so those sort of practices, how confident, willing do you feel about making those kinds of changes?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I don't really do that, so that would be.
You feel ready to make
Yeah,
these, and I feel like
I would
it all
try
focus
anything.
on towards
Mhm.
those two goals that you have.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Fitness and the eating healthier. You'll be able to be more consciously aware of your dietary choices.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, I think this brings to an end the exploration phase, and the next would be like implementing the intervention.
Okay,
Everything.
sounds great.
All right.
Thank
great.
you.
Yep.